The 150th Kentucky Derby race is right around the corner, and there's only one app you should be using. DK Horse is the #1 app, especially for the Kentucky Derby. New customers who sign up through bit.ly link below and use code TBC Horse can receive a 100% deposit bonus up to $250 when you deposit a minimum of $25. DraftKings is matching your deposit dollar for $1 up to $250 when you deposit $25 or more. Already a DraftKings player? Well, you can use your same login to start betting on the races right now. So saddle up this season, download the #1 ranked horse betting app in America using the link down below and sign up with my promo code TBC Horse. Giddy up.
Wake that ass up.
In the morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. We got a special guest in the building.
The legend.
Kadeem Hardison.
Yes.
What?
Welcome back.
Let's go.
How you feeling?
Yeah.
I'm feeling good, bro. I've been running around New York, promoting the Shy, talking about the tour, talking about some glasses. Got glasses.
I see it, man. You got your own line of the Wayne flip-up glasses.
I should have did it.
It's about time. It's about time.
Where was you?
Why now?
Because we can give back a little bit.
Okay.
We can put it into a scholarship fund. If we sell them, we help somebody go to school, learn. It seemed like a good idea. This guy here said, "Hey, you ever wanted to do a glasses line?" And I was like, "Yeah." And then we found these girls in Brooklyn. Brooklyn Stand Up.
That's what's up.
Vontel is the name of the company, Tracy and Nancy, and they make glasses and they sell glasses. And we paired up with them, and I told them exactly how I wanted them and what I wanted them to do, and they made it happen.
You popularized that style. It's not even close.
Absolutely.
It's not even close.
Yeah.
But how can we order them, first of all? Because I got to order them. I got to support.
Yeah.
Vontel.com.
You got some pairs over there? Oh, well, let me get a pair.
Hey, okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
They only got 2 pairs, so relax. And me.
You got your own glass company. You got your own glass company.
So what now?
You got glasses too?
Yeah, but they not like going.
No, so it comes off.
Yeah, it's magnetic.
Okay.
Word, I
yeah.
said it, I'm magnetic. It knock you out like an anesthetic.
Oh.
You know, you just,
Oh, Shaw. Okay, Shaw.
boom.
Oh, you got him down.
Boom.
Okay, Charlamagne look
fly.
good with the glasses on.
Boom.
I like these.
Boom.
These fly.
Yeah, where's?
They tried it.
Oh, wait, or maybe these pink shades are for you.
yeah,
Maybe
okay.
these pink shades are for you.
No, keep the pink ones. You wanted them so bad. Go
Maybe these
ahead.
pink shades are for you.
When you started wearing these, were they for prescription or you just was trying to look cool?
No, the executive producer at the time,
Okay.
a woman named Ann Beats, who's passed away, rest in peace. She saw him in a David Bowie concert. And she came to me 2 days before we taped anything because I was added to the show after about 4 episodes were shot.
Okay.
So they had to kind of shoot us and then edit us in. She came to me 2 days before we shot and had these glasses and was like, I saw these in a David Bowie concert. His bass player, somebody had them on. Would you like to wear these? You think you could work them in? And I thought, at the time, I thought the character was so corny. I just wanted to hide. So I was like, this was the perfect little boom. I could just, if I didn't think a joke would work, if I didn't like what I was doing, I could flip them down and hopefully nobody would recognize me.
Yeah.
And I could go on and have a career afterwards.
And now look.
And look at
These are dope. Tell them again how they can get them if they want to order them.
Vontel.com.
Vontel.com.
Deemed. DEEMED. That's the name of the glasses.
Okay.
Love
Go
that.
get you Dwayne Wayne glasses.
I love
Dwayne
them.
Waynes.
I saw recently y'all did it says Dwayne in the end on the inside.
Yeah. Those are the Waynes. Those are the Waynes.
The
The
Waynes.
Hilarious.
I like
the Cleophas. Yeah.
Oh, that's dope. Got your name Kadeem Hardison right there.
We signed them and all.
Oh, this is fresh.
A little limited edition.
This is fresh.
Yeah.
Now I saw y'all did a White House visit recently.
Yes.
The whole cast of the different world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was wild. I'm more comfortable at Comic-Con, actually. But they invited us, and Darryl Bell, who is our team leader, hooked this all up and got us in, and I was surprised at how overwhelmed I was. Because at first I thought this is going to be high security, it's going to be robots standing everywhere, it's going to be crazy, and it was just people in a building, just regular people in a building going to work. And then the whole fact that it's the house that slaves built, and then she was so warm and
The Vice
receptive.
President.
Yeah,
Kamala Harris, yeah.
Madam Vice President. receptive to us and knew who we were.
She better. She went to Howard.
She went to Howard.
Yeah, but you don't, you know what I mean? When
Yeah.
you do the gig, you don't really think everybody's paying attention.
Mm-hmm.
You hear from people and you know they're paying attention, but you don't really think the whole planet is paying attention. But yeah, she cleared the room and gave us a good 15 minutes and talked to us normal. And
That's dope.
yeah, she was just dope. It was like I said, man, I was like, I don't want to go to the White House. What am I going to do in the White House? Let's go to Comic-Con. But
And how
we
is it
went.
going on that tour? Because you've been in every HBCU, the White House, and you guys have been getting such a warm reception.
yeah, it's amazing that the students, 18, 19 years old, they know us.
Yeah.
They scream like I'm Usher or some shit when I walk in. Like, I don't understand that part. I really thought it would have died down.
Reruns, man.
Nah.
Yeah, but
And the influence that show has
yeah,
had,
and
man.
it's the influence. It's the
it's
fact
ridiculous.
that we go into those schools and we're talking to them about school, and they're open. They love it. They scream. They love to hear the stories. They love to hear "Baby Please." They love all of that, and it's the retroactive love that's kind of overwhelming. Sometimes we get in there and we really are not expecting, we're not expecting it to be like that.
Right.
We're expecting it to be nice, and they go in. They greet us like heroes or something.
You guys are to our community.
Absolutely.
If you got people out there who say, "Hey, I went to college
Yeah.
because of a different world," that's a different level of impact.
That's me. I tell you all the time. That was.
And he Dominican.
I'm
It was
not
influential.
Dominican. I'm black. He
You go
says
to a
that.
HBCU.
I'm Dominican. I'm black. I went to HBC. But I was gonna ask, you ever thought about putting the director's hat back on and creating that again, just different, a new day? Because you go into the HBCUs, you see how much it's needed. You see what the students like. You can recreate that because you know what works. It doesn't even have to be called A Different World. It could be
Right. We've been actively trying to do that for about 12, 15 years. And since we don't own it, and it doesn't, like you said, it doesn't have to be called that, but that's what everybody knows. The blueprint is there, and I never thought, for a long time, I thought this will never happen. It's not in the cards. It's not going to happen. We can't get the rights. They keep hemming and hawing. Now I say never because if Debbie gets excited about something, if we can get Debbie Allen excited about something, then anything is possible.
And then clearly that setting still works because you're on Grownish now, and Grownish has been along for how many seasons? 6 seasons?
Yeah,
something like that.
Yeah, when we did it, I thought this show should never end. I thought, yes, let me out, let Jazz out, let us grow on and go on and go off and do stuff, but then bring new freshmen in and keep talking about what's going on in the world. Keep addressing the issues. Like it seemed like Soul Train, it should have never stopped. But it did, and now 35 years later, it's needed. I can see that it's needed. Hey, Jess.
Hey,
What's
how you
up?
doing?
Yo, I just love you.
I appreciate
happy to see
that.
you.
I'm happy to see that you're gonna be on the Shy. Once you're on the Shy.
Yes.
How did that happen? Were you familiar with the show before?
Yeah,
joining
I watched the first season and was in love with it, and then booked some gigs and went out of the country and da. And next thing you know, I turned around and they 5-6 seasons in, and I was like, Lena, put me on, Lena.
Stop playing. Don't be calling your company Hillman Grad and not look out for none of the Hillman
Come
Grad.
on, let's go,
Yeah.
Lena. Help!
Yeah.
I want to be on this show.
Who's your character gonna be?
I play Professor Elijah Gardner. He is an English literary professor, and he is that favorite teacher that inspires his students to push harder. So the strike had happened, and everybody was out of work, and she called up and was like, "I got something. You want to come?" And I was like, "Yes." Not even do I want to, and don't even send me a script. I'm on my way.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was easy once we got out of the strike and everything. Then it really kicked off.
We just had Kim Fields up here, and you made me think of something when you said you just called Lena, because I asked her what's more important to have black people behind the scenes or in front of the camera. What do you think?
Behind the scenes, they create the jobs. They create the opportunities. we party with the people in front of the screen. You know, I mean, we all hang out. We know each other. There's a familiarity. There's a love, a trust. But behind the scenes is where the deals get made, but where the stuff happens. So it's good to know that she was inspired by us and named her company Hillman Grad and shot through the ceiling with her talent and is able to say, okay, let me write something, let me create something, and let's start pulling them in. So yeah, I think it's more important to know people who write.
Did you know Lena beforehand, or
no?
You just reached out to her. You just loved the show. Was a fan of the show.
Yeah, I was a fan of the show and a fan of hers. And just when Twitter was Twitter, I just was on the DM like, "Yo, I'm a big fan." She was like, "You taught me how to dress.
Wow.
You taught me how to. My whole swag is built on you."
Well, not
Now
now.
that you-
What she be wearing now? Probably not. Okay.
but
I
you
mean,
like-
Lena, my girl. I be telling her, look, why you put it on the down? But yeah, how she was dressing.
Yeah, because she used to wear the Jordans and the jerseys and the hats and the swag and the glasses.
Yeah.
Yeah,
She
she-
still be though.
Yeah.
Every now and then, yeah, but every now and then she'll pop out. I'm like, you know, but she'll be in different events and different stuff. So, she, to the occasion, she dresses differently sometimes. But yeah. Now, the Chi is very heavy Chicago based, right? And then you being from New York, did you have to like change anything? Did you have to be more Chicago, or like how did you prep for that?
Not really. I just kind of, I knew this guy. He's, for me, an extension of Dwayne Wayne. He's really like at the end of a different world. Dwayne was teaching, and he loved his students, and he had some run-ins with them. Sometimes it didn't go so well, but he was learning, and I think that Professor Gardner is an extension of that or evolution of that. So, I wasn't trying to do a Chicago accent.
Yeah, that's okay.
And go in there. No, I was just keeping it simple, and my actors, the cats I got to work with are phenomenal. And I didn't know their storylines. Like I watched the first season, then I stopped and got busy, and then went and shot it, and didn't know who I was working with. Or I'd dudes come up to me on the street, "Hey, I'm Curtis." And I'm like, "Hi, Curtis."
Hey. Curtis.
Oh, Curtis Cook.
Right.
Hey, Curtis Cook. I played on the show. Yeah. Oh, okay,
Right.
Nice. Okay, yeah, but then I came back after I shot and watched them all, watched up until now, and woo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo.
Crazy series, ain't
It's
it?
crazy, and they're all so good. I'm such fans now that I've seen them on. Now I know all of them. About, oh yeah, that's Duda. That's
Yeah.
So yeah, it's been a fun ride on the Chi.
Do you still audition? I asked Kim this. So do you still audition?
Yes, sir.
Really?
Auditioned 2 weeks ago. Yes, sir. The offers are nice, but they're few and far between. For a long time, I was proud of the fact that I never auditioned for Spike. He just called me. Ernest Dickerson, he just called me, sat down, we had lunch. He gave me a script and was like, "I'd like you to be this guy." I was like, wow. I didn't know that's how it went when I was younger. So now that I'm older, anytime somebody offers me something, it just means they want you. They know what you can do, and they want you, and that always feels really good.
Yeah.
That feels way better than, well, it's nice to earn it. It's nice to go in and they don't want you, and then you flip them. And that's even better sometimes, but it really feels good when you can just like get a call and say, someone wants to work with you, and they wrote something, and wow, okay.
Yeah, that's dope.
Yeah.
But when it comes to auditioning, though, it's like you're a new person now, though.
Yeah.
You're an OG now. Like it's a different thing. Like there's not. They probably had a certain vision of you from the Kadeem Hardison they knew then.
Yeah.
So you're a whole different person now. Really, we all are.
Yeah, it's nice to keep reinventing the wheel. You know what I mean? It gives me a chance to. I always thought I was a really good actor, and it wasn't until maybe 7 or 8 years ago that I saw something that made me re-believe it. Because
Really?
for a while you go through a stretch where the jobs ain't happening, and you think, and plus I don't watch my stuff. I get hypercritical, so I'll leave it out there. That's for y'all, and y'all will tell me if you like it or da. But I'll wait 10, 20 years before I go and look at something. It took a long time to look at a different world. We went to the premiere. We had a premiere party, and I watched the first episode, and I never watched after that. I was really, oof, Jesus, that's bad. I just felt that's not good. This is not what I thought it was gonna be. Yeah, but that's me. I see every ground ball I miss. You know what I mean? If it gets past me, then that's an error. And I'm like, I shoulda, I coulda. Why didn't I? So I watch it all like that. And then about 8 years ago, I watched Love Is, just because I loved the other characters and what they were doing, and the other actors, and I wasn't in the way. I didn't get in the way. I was able to see it and was like, oh, that wasn't bad. And then I was like, oh shit, I'm getting better as an actor at 50.
So you never watched nothing? You never watched the wedding crashing scene? You never watched when you stopped the sexual assault? Like, you never watched none of that?
I watched the clips, but not when we did it. I did it.
Okay,
so I had the experience. The experience that I had doing it, talking to the actor, relating and being truthful, was way better than the editor and the producer and the sound man could mix and come up with. When I watch it from outside of my body, it's completely different. But when I'm here, then nothing's gonna ever touch that. That's why a lot of the greats go do plays, because they don't never have to see it.
One and done.
Yeah, and every night it's your show. It's the director can lead you up there, and then he has to fall back in the crowd with the rest of them, and you get to go on. And I may be this tonight, or I may be that tonight. And there's no judgment. You get to live it out as fiercely as you want. So yeah, I'm scared of plays. I've done 2.
How many times did you have to jump on that car when you did the scene, when you came through the sunroof?
I think twice.
Okay.
I think twice. Because Mack pushed me off. He wasn't supposed to do that.
Really?
Yeah.
So when
I reached in,
the part when you slide and
I
back off.
Yeah, and I had to get back on it. That wasn't supposed to happen. Then he pulled me in, and he wasn't supposed to do that. And that's when I started yelling, "Run, Freddie, run! Wait, Freddie, wait!"
That was improv?
Yeah.
Man, get the fuck out of here! What?
Yeah. I was always like, I learned early on, maybe sometime in the first season, that the audience was really paying attention to what I was doing, because there was some scene, I think Denise had to have a pig nose on or something like that, and Lisa, and I had just a little off-cuff reaction to it, something I did in the scene, and I heard the audience kind of bubble from it, and I was like, that wasn't in the script, it wasn't nothing, and I was like, huh. So then every time I just load up my chamber, and I was like, okay, I'll think of something to do just in case something don't go right. And I had no idea Duke was gonna. I felt like the scene was going, or the take was going bad, because when he pushed me, I fell off the car and had to re-jump on it. Every time in rehearsal, jumped up on there, stayed on there, did his scene, blah blah blah. But but the one time when he pushed back and then I slid off and then had to re-jump on, I was like, all right, this is a busted take.
But that looked great.
Yeah.
It played so well on camera. Run, Freddie, run. Wait, Freddie, wait.
Wait, Freddie, wait was because he started to pull me into the car, and that wasn't rehearsed.
Wow.
So help, Freddie.
I wanted to know, like, we look at characters that are iconic to us, and sometimes they can't get out of that character. Like we've seen it with Steve Urkel. For some reason, he's always Steve Urkel, right?
Yeah.
And even to you, to a part.
He tried to take your glasses swag too at one point.
Did he?
A little bit, yeah. Yeah, he had the flip.
Yeah, he had the flip of glasses for a little bit. Yeah, Jaleel White did.
On
Family Matters.
Yeah, I think Family Matters did.
Maybe for a couple.
Yeah, he
episodes.
did because he would put up. Did I do that? Yeah, he did.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he did.
Nice. That's not bad.
So, how did you get out of that? So people just didn't see you as that all the time, and was that difficult?
I think people the people still see me as that. That's what resonated most with them. Some people love Vampire in Brooklyn. Some people always want to go to Sizzler.
Oh my God!
And they do White Men Can't Jump. But I think the mass, they see me as that, and if that never changes, I'm okay. The industry, I couldn't get auditions for Singleton movies or any of those like hood movies because they thought I was a college kid, and I was like, I barely finished high school. Like, no,
Man, that's crazy.
I'm not the.
So you tried out for Boys in the Hood. You tried out.
I know. I couldn't get a meeting.
Wow.
They was like, nah, we good.
Just a good boy.
Or
over there.
they would cast it before. I was like, how these movies getting made? And I'm right here. Y'all know me. But I was like more Edge from School Days than Dwayne from A Different World. You know, a mixture of the two. But I was like, I'm from Brooklyn. I could do that. I could do that. But I could never get a meeting. I could never get a sit down.
And I'm sorry, Jalil, you did not used to have the flip up glasses.
See?
He used to flip them down.
Oh.
And be like, did I do that? He didn't flip them up. Yes, yeah.
You're right.
Yeah.
My bad, Jalil.
My bad.
Ray start a rap beef.
I know, right? You better start
I'm like, Jesus, here we go.
Act beef.
You know, you said earlier that Darryl Bell was y'all leader.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So how do you even keep that band together? Because, you know, you got OG R&B groups that hate each other. Wow. How do y'all keep y'all band together?
We grew up together. We came to the city together. We came in, you know, to LA together. We were all from somewhere else, and we had each other to lean on. We needed each other. We hung out with each other. It was true love. It wasn't like fake. Shorty's the godfather of my kid. Like we are connected. We stayed connected. So that was easy. That wasn't. There was never any kind of like, I don't want to go if so and so going. No.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
It is interesting too when you talk about the movie aspect of it, because I'm like, dang, you weren't in a lot of those '90s great
Not
black
at all.
movies. You was Panther and White Men Can't Jump, School Days, but
And then there was a gap.
That's right.
After Panther, there was a gap, and I couldn't get none of them. I had to stay on TV. I did Between Brothers and some other things, but I couldn't get in because I got into this because I thought I was gonna be a movie star when I was 13. I thought I'm gonna be a movie star.
Yeah.
That's what I want to do. And TV was kind of also ran like it just happened. But I really thought I'll do this Different World thing for a couple of months, and it'll get canceled, and then I'll go be a movie star. Because I knew West was coming. I knew there was some wolves in the pack. So I couldn't get in. I couldn't get in with those dudes.
Why was the transition so hard though? Because I think about somebody like Jada Pinkett Smith. She made the transition.
Yeah.
She might be. I can't really think of nobody else, honestly.
Yeah. It was. I don't know. I think it went from, you know, you're an actor. Then they was like, no, we'll take the comedians. The comedians. We want comedians. Eddie kind of started it, but Eddie just blew it open for anybody young and black and sharp-witted. He just created that cavern for me and Martin and Will and everybody to run through. But then after that, it seemed like it shifted where after Cosby, of course, they wanted to do comedian shows based on comedians. They can write, they can be. And then being an actor kind of took a side road or back seat to it. So yeah, it was just Tip said it. Everything goes in cycles.
Yeah.
So, you know, you wait for it to come back around, and it's coming back around. Wearing glasses. I used to hate those glasses, really. And it was really something that you used to hide behind. My mother was telling me last night, yeah, you used to hate them. I used to get the calls. You used to hate those glasses. I was like, yeah, but. Did
you hide behind the glasses because you didn't like the role, or just because you were dealing with like some type of imposter syndrome?
No. It was I didn't understand the role.
Okay.
First season, I just thought, this is corny.
I got to go back to Brooklyn wearing these glasses.
Yeah,
They're going to kill me on the block.
Yeah, this is not going good. This is not. And then by the third season, Mr. Cosby said, okay, it's time to grow them up. Time to grow them up. Lose the glasses. And then kind of with that went most of the comedy or the silliness that I was doing in the first couple of seasons, which I embraced. I was like, okay, cool. But yeah, it was calculated on his part to make him more of a man now. Like, he's had those, we did that, we seen him, he can do that. Now let's see what else is in the bag.
That's the other reason those characters are so beloved, though, because when you watch somebody go from a freshman in college to getting married, you know what I mean? Like, that's like, we grew up with y'all.
That's right.
In a matter of how many, what was it, 6 seasons?
6 seasons. Yeah.
That's incredible. That's crazy when you think about it.
Yeah. You don't see it often because our streaming giants like to let shit run for one season.
That's right.
And then be like, but we don't know about the numbers.
That's right.
And then they try something else and, we don't know about the numbers, which is kind of sad, but it really takes seasons to grow with characters and learn them and it's always best when it works that way.
Now, you mentioned Wesley Snipes.
Yes, sir.
And I wanted to know how competitive was it back then? Because you said you just knew he was coming. So it made me think of like, you know, when you're in the NBA and then you got this college kid, you be like, oh, he's coming. He about to be a beast. Was that the same way when it came to acting?
We needed him, though. Black dark-skinned brothers needed Wesley.
We did, absolutely.
We needed him.
Absolutely.
He just said that because he stabbed a light-skinned brother. And everything. But go ahead,
Loved it, cheered.
He
Slap
cheered.
him up,
He
beat
cheered.
him up. Yeah. I'm not the most competitive. I know what's for me is for me, and you can't really have it. But I knew the talent that was emerging. I could see it. I could see just in the bad video. I was like, who's that? Oof, geez, okay, another one. And then pop. it's less jobs for you. Yeah, you know what I mean? When you think, oh snap, I'm out in front, and then all of a sudden you look and there's somebody here, and then, oh shit, and there's somebody here, and then oh shit, how did he get up there?
And that was a music video. Like,
Yeah,
that wasn't even
exactly.
Like
And
although
just as
Michael
an actor.
Jackson's music videos were like movies.
Yeah,
Like, that was
Scorsese
a music
directed
video.
it. Yeah. So, yeah, I just knew. I knew when I saw Tupac, I thought he was probably the most dangerous of all the young actors, and he was a rapper.
Why was that?
But just he could reach a depth, and he got that Martin Luther King kind of energy that comes out of him. Even the way he talks is melodic. So when I see him on screen and I hear him talk, I'm like, now I'm hearing jazz for the first time. Now I'm hearing somebody that done broke the mold and is playing a whole different style. He's probably the one guy that I was like, oh boy, if he keeps on acting, I'm gonna get less and less.
What did you see him in? Was it when he did Different World or something else? Juice?
Juice.
Okay.
Was the one.
Yeah, it was Juice.
So you was intimidated when he came on set?
No.
Okay.
No. Like I said, what's mine is mine.
Absolutely.
But I was thrilled that I got to direct him because all you have to do is say action and then cut. Moving on. Like there was no. I'm not sure about that choice. Maybe you wanna. Oh, bro, this is where you get to be. I'm a great director because look what I did. I had Tupac and Jada and Bumper and all of them, so they were all so good. It makes you look good. The best job a director can do is hire the right people.
What kind of? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Get you a good DP, cast the right actors, get good casting. And then the job starts to get easier, and then you can worry about the things you would worry about.
So you picked Pac for that?
No, no. He said
He would have
wanted-
never picked Pac. He told you. He told
I
you.
scared it down. No, I was making sure since I wrote that episode, and we asked Jada if he would do it, and she said, "Let me ask him," and he said, "Yeah," and I couldn't believe it. I was like, "Oh snap!" So yeah. He was angry, which was sad for me because he'd have been somebody that I would have hung out with, but I couldn't get past how angry he.
I was gonna ask you that. What kind of person was Pac? Because I love hearing Pac stories, just because him and Big, because they just such mythical figures.
Yeah.
So he was angry on set.
No,
Okay, what you mean?
no,
Okay.
not in the space.
All right.
In the space, he was darling. But then I was out at the Beverly Center. Remember the Beverly Center? Anybody in LA? Beverly Center. So I was at the Beverly Center, and I was a level up, and he was coming with, I think it was Yo-Yo and some friends, and they were coming. It was after rehearsal one day or something like that, and I saw him, and before I could say something, somebody on the upper level said, "Hey, that's Tupac, and he was like, "It's Pac money, it's Pac money." And they start screaming like they was gonna do something. I was like, "Why, bro?" So mad. Like, yeah, they mispronounced his name. You could keep walking, but he wanted to make it a point, and I get it. It's a lot of bravado that goes on in hip hop, so you gotta stand up for certain things. But I just didn't understand why he was like that frustrated with the space.
Now you said you directed him.
Yeah.
How was Cosby when y'all wanted to use Pac? Because I know at one time Cosby was like, I ain't messing with the rapidy rap.
Yeah, I never heard from him.
Really?
I didn't really, like, I had 2 brief encounters with Bill, Mr. Cosby, give him that. So yeah, but he never, we got the call through Debbie that it was time to grow me up.
Okay.
He showed up when Whoopi came to do the AIDS episode with Tisha Campbell. He showed up for some pictures. But he really, was behind the scenes. He wasn't all on. He made sure, he shot his show in Queens. He said, you shoot your show in California. So there was no way to go, hey man, they won't let me. Hey man, they won't let me. Can you help me with? Nah. Get out there, get your paddle, and get it home.
Gotcha. Wow. I want to go back to Pac real quick. People saying you said he was always angry. Did anybody try to intervene, like men? Because I know he was very cool with the Jada Pinkett's and the Jasmine guys, but did any black men be like, "What's up with brother, man?"
I couldn't. I didn't feel comfortable approaching them because I would have. Because I always think I have a, I still want to sit down with Kanye and just
waste of time.
I don't think so. I think. I hear you, but I always
need an exorcist and a hypnosis.
I think if I sat down and we just became cool and had some conversations, maybe he sees something. Anyway, but I didn't feel comfortable enough to approach him like that. Like he's doing his thing, and I gotta get out of the way. I can't really try to change that. That would be foolish. He's on that path. So,
but then you see how it ended.
And that's when you feel regret.
Yeah.
Like I wish I would have just said, yeah, I know you might not like me or think I'm whatever, but let's sit down and talk. We don't have to be. This is free and easy. So,
but I can understand like the hesitation because sometimes you don't know how people will receive you.
Exactly.
And especially if like you don't know what else he was going through either,
right.
Like mentally or behind the scenes, because acting was just another part of what, he was doing, like rapping. And then you can even hear in his music, like he had been troubled from, youth and all that. So, yeah, maybe you just didn't know. Like
I didn't, since I'm not a therapist or anything like that, I was like.
And you were young, too.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. We were peers.
Yeah.
So I would have loved to, but, I would have loved to meet Doom. Like, that's my favorite MC.
Doom.
Like,
and then the way he did Juice, I'm like, I really ain't talking to you now.
Did you ever warn Jasmine or Jada? Like, hey, man.
No,
okay.
I didn't. That was their relationship. Their so I was happy that that he had them in his life because I thought, well, I can't get to him. I'm not talking to him like that. So maybe this will soothe his spirit a little bit.
I feel like every time I see you repping MF Doom in some way, shape, or form. What type of impact did his music have on you?
I like stories, and forever when you talk about top fives, I'm always gonna have Slick Rick in my top five just because he took it to a place where he was self-deprecating, he was funny, and he told you a story. And I thought if you can do that, you win. Those guys, Super Rhymes, those guys to me were the winners. And when Doom came along, it seemed like he was talking English or speaking in English, but it was another language. And that was so attractive to me because then I had to decipher it. Same with Wu-Tang.
Where?
What are wallows? I didn't, since I didn't come from there, I didn't know what that was. And I had to listen to it and decipher it.
I learned the Supreme Alphabet. When you learn the Supreme Alphabet, you get a whole new appreciation. Like, God cipher divine. Like, okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, as a teaching tool, what I mean? I was always eager to learn from us in the places that I haven't been. And Doom he just opened it up for me. He said, hear ye, how dare ye go up against the king who do his thing, try yearly. I was like, what does that mean? And then I looked at his catalog, and in that year he dropped three albums. A hymn album, a solo, a group album, and then a beat album. And I was like, this dude is ridiculous. Like, you make the beats and you write the rhymes and you say it in a way that nobody else is saying it. Still to this day, I think he's one of the best.
Yeah, I didn't get into Doom's catalog the way that I should. I'm like Ghostface Killah is my favorite rapper of all time, so I got into that album they did together, but I never got into like his catalog.
He's just weird, and as a comic nerd And that kid, you know, a little bit shy, he spoke to me in a way that Slick Rick did, that Super Rhymes did, that, you know, Kendrick Lamar does.
So who's the rest of the top 5? Come on, so MF Doom, Slick Rick.
I tried this. I really tried hard
Okay.
to do my top 5, and then there was another 5, and then there was another 5, and then it turned into my top 5 times 5.
Okay.
So I have a top 25.
Okay.
Jeez.
And I'd have to get my phone, but Mos Def is there. Doom is there. JID of the Young Cats. Is there.
Dreamville.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Cole is there. Kendrick is there. Kane is there. Rakim is there. Chris is there.
Chris Brown?
Karis One. Talk about Karis One.
Okay, my bad.
She's not from New York.
Oh my God, Chris Brown, yes. The way he talks Quavo up, he's my favorite too. Okay, but no, you're not even talking about him. My bad. It's a different world.
Yes, it's a whole different world. Knowledge reigns supreme over nearly everyone. And I didn't do groups, so I didn't allow Tip. I didn't allow Dirty or Meth. That's groups. I got a top 7 groups.
Okay.
But the top 25 times 5, it just goes on.
No Biggie?
Of course.
Oh, okay.
But there's Mount Rushmore, which is Big, Jay, Nas, and Kane or Chris or whoever you feeling at the time. And
A lot of Brooklyn bias.
What? What do you mean?
Nas ain't from Brooklyn.
I know, but I just said you had 3 from Brooklyn on the Mount Rushmore.
Yeah,
That's a lot of Brooklyn bias.
Well, that's where I'm from.
Right.
Yeah. And then I start counting after that, because I know that all of us can kind of agree on, 7. And then I start digging into the minutia and start trying to find the dudes that really kind of Slick Rick, of course, that really made hip hop enjoyable for me.
Gotcha.
Oh, shoot, groups, DOS Effects, they changed the whole way of speaking. Souls of Mischief and the Far Side, they in LA, because I was really mad at the time. I was in LA, and all I could get was, I wasn't a big, hot take, I wasn't a Snoop Dogg, Dr. Dre fan.
Really?
I didn't like what they were saying.
The content, like the bitches and hoes.
And I was like, what is gin and juice? I didn't even understand what that meant. So I bought the album. I bought 2 of them because I was supporting all of us. And then I didn't open it for years. And then when I finally opened it and I was a little more mature, I could see the fun in it. And I could see this is just a different part of the culture. It's the West Coast. And since I'm so East Coast dude, 3 Brooklyn cats in the top 5, it took me a while to accept it. And then production-wise, it was just filthy.
Phenomenal.
It was just unbelievable. But the content, I always got to be, for me, what you talking about. Your cadence got to be good. The tone of your voice got to be good. Your writing has to be good. And then what are you saying?
A lot of East Coast bias. Jay-Z and Biggie was talking about bitches and hoes too.
That's true. It's true. But Biggie, come on, no. What are you trying to say? And he was, and I didn't like that part. That was the part that missed me.
Gotcha.
But when he's kicking the door with certain things, just the way he rode a beat, it was just
phenomenal.
It's another level.
Yeah, I think out of everybody that we lost, I constantly think about where Biggie would have been, because he was light years ahead of everybody.
Way ahead of
There's
everybody.
not too many gifted rappers. He was a gifted rapper. He was born to rap.
Yep.
And even when you listen to it now, you're like, damn. There's not one Biggie song you can't turn into a movie.
Yeah, exactly.
Like literally.
Yep.
Not one.
Yep. Nah, that's what that's what I'm saying. Brooklyn bias, bro. That's why.
Have you had a role that's as fulfilling as your role as Dwayne Wayne?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's usually, for me, how much fun am I having on set? And few things can top A Different World, because I did it for so long and I grew up, and it was the beginning. It was really like my introduction to the world. So that's special. But I can't imagine I'll ever have as much fun as I did doing I'm gonna get you sucker.
Oh my God.
Wow, yeah.
Like
Damn.
every day,
Wow.
Keenan would come in and just be like, "Go, just let us be free." And Damon, who was a huge influence on me, you know, huge like Eddie. Like I used to follow Damon around to the comedy clubs because I thought I want to do what he does. He's that good and that impression. He made that kind of impression on me that I was gonna do stand-up comedy. And he talked me right out of it. He was like, "Bro, you have a TV show. This is what all the comics want. This is what you have is what we're all trying to get. You don't want to be doing this in shitty little towns and staying in shitty little hotels and flying around."
Damn,
with
Jess.
shitty little plates.
Well, I ain't never do the shitty shit. I ain't never do I can't wait, you know, I was, Charlamagne, please. No, they don't be putting me in no shitty hotels, nothing like that. You know, I'm new age comic, you know.
Yeah, but back then
But
it was
I
a
know.
grind.
It was a lot of,
a whole bunch of
Yeah.
that. And getting up at midnight and going to a club and then doing 4 clubs. And I was like, okay, yeah, I think you're right. I don't want to do all of that. But yeah, working with him on Sucker, working with Eddie, which he was like an idol. You know what I mean? There was no bigger influence than Eddie on anything I've done. So to do Vampire in Brooklyn and to get the call from him saying, "I seen all the tapes. You're the only one that could do this."
Wow.
I was like, what? That's dope. But tell him to get the money right. Yeah. It was incredible. You know, those times that I'll never forget. I just had the most amazing time on Teenage Bounty Hunters. You know, 5-6 years ago, this little show where I was like, I'm gonna try something different. I'm gonna try something different with my voice. I'm gonna try something different with everything. I'm just gonna see if I can dig deeper. And they let me do it. And one of the most fulfilling roles was playing Bowser. It was hard to shake. You know how, you know, some people they lose themselves.
Yeah.
Too far. But I was talking like that dude for like 2 years after that. I couldn't shake it out of my voice. I got so comfortable in it and was having such a good time with it that I was still talking like this. Yeah. I'm still walking around and going, "Hey, how you doing?" That's all right. I was like,
Wayne tripping.
I couldn't find my register that I know that this is, and now I'm out of it, and it sounds weird because I was so comfortable in it. But yeah, I take the jobs for the fun. The money is a bonus. Actors that say we do it for free. You just pay us for waiting, standing around.
That's right. Hurry up and wait.
Yeah. So all of them have really been a joy because that's it's what I think I do best, even though I just realized it at 50. And it's the thing that gives me the most joy.
And you've been in the game 35 years. Do you feel your career's missing anything?
No, just the growth. Just still want to keep doing it. Still want to, I want to be a villain. I want to be a this. I want to do that. I'm like, it seems like we've gotten too old for the romantic leads, but I grew up in that. Like that was my thing. Like boy meets girl, boy chases girl, boy gets girl.
Why you too old? You still fucking?
Oh my God.
What you mean? Why you too old?
But they don't seem to make movies with older. They're not looking for that.
Yeah.
They're not actively pursuing that. So it just seems like, oh, that might be a thing of the past. Maybe, but it could happen.
Yeah,
Anything
maybe.
could happen. Yeah,
Maybe.
So I love this, bro. It's what I do.
Well, we always appreciate you for
Always,
stopping
man.
through.
Yes.
Just even to get to sit down and build with you, man. You
All the time.
You an icon in our eyes.
That's right.
Thank you,
that
man.
Hillman varsity is very fresh.
That's dope.
Chipmunk Chronicles. Shout out to my man.
All right.
Chipmunk Chronicles.
Shout out the glasses line again. Dwayne.
Yes, Vontel.com. Deemed is what they're called.
I love them.
All right.
Yeah,
Thank you.
She got some. and promo code, that's right, Reboot Now.
Reboot now.
You get a little bit off.
Okay.
And they go to a good cause. We giving some money to some kids and hopefully get somebody into college.
There you go. Well, it's Kadeem Hardison.
Yes, sir.
And it's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Wake that ass up. In the morning. The Breakfast Club.